Hello guys, today I'm here in Google. I'm not in Google, I'm at Google. I'm in the site Google. I'm not in the Google corporations, like their headquarters. But you know what I mean? And I'm here to give you guys a little lesson on how to improve your English and like how to keep it persuaded. How to persuade it? I don't know if that's a word actually. I'm gonna check later. And how to not let your English get rusty and like you start missing the tempo. You see, Gabriel, I learn fast. Or the flow of the talking, the rhythm of the talking. That's the best word. So one thing I learned in Canada when I did my exchange program there is that you should always be practicing English so you won't get rusty, you won't forget things that you shouldn't forget. For example, how to write, what's the difference between then with E and A? I actually don't know. I just discovered recently when I was doing a transcription, which is something that I will recommend to you guys later. But like, these small things you shouldn't forget. It should stick in your head forever. And the only way you're gonna stick this in your head is by practicing, and not stopping. Or else you're gonna get rusty. And when you get rusty, it's tough to get back on track. So, first thing they said to me is like, go to this site, which I'm gonna link in the description, which is lol.org. ELLO.org actually. I just say LOL because it's like low. And so when you go into this site, you see that there is like people speaking English. That's all about this site. And like you have little lessons here. So what I like to take is 1 minute English, because it's like just like that's the beginning of it. If you're at the beginning, you should start with this. Start with a person like, if you can see someone from your country, and if you cannot, pick like someone that doesn't have accent. So, for example, a Canadian or American. Like, don't go for the weird accents such as, I don't know which one this is. I think it's Ghana, or let me see, Germany. Like those people, French. Those people have strong accent, and it's gonna be a little tough for you to understand and actually know what they're talking about. So let's see. I already listened to Adam, but let's see. Shalini, are you prepared for a natural disaster? So the videos are like this. There's a question, and then she just kinda answers the questions. So let me put this audio down. So what I do is I listen to her and I do transcription of this video. If you don't know what transcription is, it's like you hear and you write what you hear. And then when you're finished with it, you can check if you got all the words right. Like, of course you can stop, come back, and then like try again, and like you can take your time with the transcription. The important is to get it right. And then you check if you got it right or not. Like there's the questions, and like if you got it right, you can check it right here, like just behind you, and you can actually hide when you're doing the transcription for the first time, so you won't get like spoilers. And then you also have a quiz, like from what she said, you can see if you actually paid attention and understood everything. So like I don't know because I didn't listen. So let me see. And they all say if you're right or wrong, and like of course I didn't listen. So yeah, there's one thing, like starting with this, you will get used to transcriptions, and like this actually works a lot, because transcription is like you're hearing someone, which is good, you gotta hear, and you're practicing your writing skills. So that's pretty good, and like that's level 1 of keeping your English not rusty. And then you have like all sorts of levels, and like this one I never tried. I actually just tried 1 minute English and architecture. you could try more and more. Like, this site is real good. And after you're done with this site, you can go to YouTube and like go to the other level. So what I like to do on YouTube is listen and try to transcript English interviews from comedians. So let's see, Dave Chappelle interview, which is a comedian I very much appreciated. So we'll go to an interview, and like a really short one, I don't know, anything that's short so you can finish it quick. So the difference between doing a transcription of a comedian in an interview and doing a transcription of the person's just answering one question is that the interviewer is gonna try to make the interviewed funny. So, and of course the comedian Dave Chappelle is just gonna try to be funny every time. Like he's looking for the best word for a joke to crack people. So it's good to do transcriptions to comedian interviews because they're always changing their lines between their lines. So they're going with one sentence and then they stop and just change the whole sentence, and it's good so you can write and like check all things that are going in his mind. Like you can see that he's trying to find the better word for the joke to crack. So yeah, like that's the final level of transcriptions. One thing, like, of course you should be doing right now is like watching series and TV shows, films, whatever, movies, like in English, because that helps a lot. Like, I actually don't do that very often, but I watch a lot of interviews. I don't do transcriptions of interviews, like all interviews, all English content that I see on YouTube. I don't do transcriptions of all of them, but I always try to keep listening to YouTube videos in English. And like, yeah, because like sometimes you just want the content and it's in English, so what you gotta do, you gotta listen and gotta practice so you can understand all of it. Let me see, anything else? Oh yeah, you should be speaking all the time. Like, try to find friends that speak English. Like, try to find people that don't speak Portuguese and don't speak your language and just speak English, because like that's when you lose your shame. I mean, your what's the word? I forgot. Fuck it. Wait. Yeah, according to Google, it's shame. So you lose your shame. I think that's another expression for it, but like you get more free to speak to a person that doesn't speak your foreign language. I mean your native tongue. So like that's good, and you don't feel cringe about it. So like if I'm talking to someone in Portuguese, if I'm talking to someone in English that I know that speaks Portuguese, it's like, oh, we're talking English, but we can switch to Portuguese every time we want. And it's kind of weird. I don't like it. But if you don't have a problem with that, you can always leave a comment below and just like try to set up a time with me, and I'll be 100% available to you guys that want to speak English. And like, don't like, if you guys don't want to get rusty, just talk to me. I'll speak English. I need to speak English, actually. That's why I'm doing these videos, like so I can speak English and not get rusty. And yeah, that's kind of it. That's like how to maintain your English level 101. And yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. If you guys want any other top 10s, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I just want to talk. Like, I just want to talk. If anyone wants to talk, anyone wants their questions answered, I might have the answers, but I don't know. And I'm here to help. That's it. Peace.